A UPS cargo plane crashed in Louisville, Kentucky on November 4, 2025. The aircraft was a McDonnell Douglas MD-11 freighter departing from Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport and bound for Daniel K. Inouye International Airport in Honolulu. Eyewitness video shows the plane erupting into a fireball shortly after takeoff, and debris scattered across an industrial area just beyond the end of the runway. Emergency crews responded immediately, battling large fires and searching the scene. Local officials confirmed that at least 9 people were killed in the crash, including all 3 crew members on the aircraft, and multiple people on the ground were injured and taken to nearby hospitals. Several nearby business properties were damaged or set on fire, including industrial facilities adjacent to the airport. The aircraft involved was built in the early 1990s and was identified as an MD-11 freighter. Early footage and preliminary observations raised concern that a left side engine or engine components may have separated before the plane came down, and that an onboard fire could have contributed to loss of control. Because the full investigative process takes time, authorities warned that early impressions are preliminary and subject to confirmation by specialists. The National Transportation Safety Board has opened a formal investigation and is leading the technical work, with support and coordination from the Federal Aviation Administration and local rescue agencies. Investigators will examine multiple lines of evidence, including flight data and cockpit voice recorders if they are recovered, maintenance and service records for the aircraft and engines, air traffic control communications, and video captured by witnesses and airport cameras. They will also inspect the wreckage pattern on the ground, fuel distribution and burn patterns, and metallurgical evidence from any separated parts. The crash has immediate operational consequences for UPS and Louisville's airport operations. Louisville's airport houses UPS Worldport, a global sorting and distribution hub that processes millions of packages daily. UPS temporarily halted sorting operations at the facility while the emergency response and initial investigation took place. Airport authorities briefly suspended some flight operations and closed at least one runway. Officials said some closures could last for days while debris is cleared and investigators inspect the site. For the local community, the event was devastating. Many residents and workers reported hearing a powerful explosion, seeing a towering plume of black smoke, and experiencing damage in nearby industrial blocks. Local leaders, including the governor and the mayor, described the scene as severe and pledged support for search, rescue, and recovery efforts. Shelter-in-place advisories were issued in nearby areas while first responders worked to secure the site and control hazardous materials and fires. From a broader aviation safety perspective, investigators will consider the MD-11's operational history and maintenance background, but it is critical to avoid drawing premature conclusions. Aircraft accidents are usually the result of a sequence of events, and investigations seek to identify causal chains so corrective measures can be recommended. Potential outcomes of the investigation could include new maintenance directives, modifications to operating procedures, or recommendations for infrastructure changes at airports to reduce groundside risk. The human toll from the crash is the most important and tragic element. Families and co-workers of those affected are being notified, and community and company resources have been made available to support survivors and relatives. UPS issued a statement expressing deep sorrow and said it is cooperating fully with investigators while assisting victims and first responders. As investigators proceed, officials will provide periodic updates. Key milestones to watch for include recovery of the aircraft's flight recorders and the NTSB's on-scene factual reports. Final conclusions and probable cause findings normally take months, sometimes longer, and the investigation will produce a timeline of events and targeted safety recommendations once the analysis is complete.